Yo, what's up, Lorcas? How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. How are
Dude,
you? I was
you
just
made it
typing to tell
literally
you I
during the
came in.
countdown. Sorry, I was like, oh, he's on, so he's just going live. But we are literally live right now. Everybody saw our little intro conversation.
Perfect.
Headphones working though?
Yeah, they're stupid. Sometimes all it takes is to stick them back in their case to turn them off. And I have no idea why it needed that, but it did so to find the case.
Ah, okay. I have an issue where the left side is completely dead now, so I don't know. Actually, I know exactly what it is, but I'm gonna need some new headphones. So, how you been, man? Long time.
Yeah,
Hope the
pretty
holidays were
good.
good.
I enjoyed the snow. It was great. Yeah.
I can see it in the back. That looks awesome, man.
It's been warm for the last few days, but hopefully we'll get more before too long. It's been great.
So, what's warm for you?
The days getting up to like low 40s.
Oh, nice. We're kind of in that range right now, but it's like gloomy. It's not like nice days. It's like raining and 40s and cloudy.
Oh no, this is blue skies. I was on the mountain skiing and it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
So it's a really nice 40.
I don't mind the cold if it's not gloomy. Like if sunshine and snow and yeah, I'm good with that, even if it's cold. But it's been gloom the last couple of days here. Hopefully it picks up soon.
Oh, come ski with me. Have fun.
I gotta make my way out to the West Coast at some point. You're not affected by any of the fires though, right? I know that's like further south, but it looks wild.
Yeah, it's definitely not good. Our fires were in the fall, in the summer, but no, we're covered in snow now. So unless somebody sets their house on fire by being stupid, there's not much forest fire risk at the moment.
Let's make sure or hope that they don't do that.
All right, guys, they don't.
We have a tournament for you tonight, courtesy of Lorcas, and Lorcas does have some new prizes added to the list. It rhymes with Meloise, so you guys should check it out. But you can check in for the tournament. It does start in the next 15 minutes, or actually less than about 11 minutes from now. We have 57 people entered. I don't know how many people have checked in, but this is your warning, first of many to come over the next 10 minutes or so. Let's go ahead and jump into the chat here and see who's here. And Tail should be joining us soon. He's wrapping up something. He said he'll be on maybe a little bit closer to about the 30-minute mark. So give him some time. We got Merlin's Matrix in the house. Preeson, good evening. Are you new here, Preeson? This is cool. I mean, I don't know if you're new to the channel, new to the live stream, or just new to Splinterlands in general. Would love to know. Howdy, People's Guild. How's that Nidhogger proposal going? You think it'll pass? It'll be close. Aspirin says, let the countdown begin. Indeed. All right. Why is my mouse not working? There we go. Banana says, I don't know if I'm able to write in here. I'm on timeout for comments for calling people names. Testes, 1, 2, 3. What? Oh, did it delete a bunch of your comments? I thought I saw, yeah, earlier comments. Hey, it worked. Yeah, okay. We can see your testes, 1, 2, 3. Just silent viewer. Okay, well, cool. Thanks for speaking up. Good to meet you. And we got Rogues Guild following on Twitch. Awesome. Yeah, we're also live on Twitch, so if you guys want to go hang out there, if you prefer that platform, that works too. But how was your holiday, man? What have you been up to?
Skiing and removing snow. That's mostly what I did. I had some friends and family come visit, so got to see some people, but mostly enjoying the snow.
Mostly enjoying the snow. Well, that is a good time and place to be doing that for sure. I don't know.
How about you? What did you do for the holiday?
Oh, so I was in Chicago, which was awesome. We sadly did not get any snow, but you know, it is what it is, so I'll take it. But you know, just good times. I was in Chicago for the holiday, then back here in Texas for New Year's, and it's just chill, man. Nothing too crazy. Life is good. Just having fun.
Good. Sounds nice.
Yeah, you know, my like party days are behind me, so New Year's is definitely much more introspective, reflective. I actually did. I I went to bed right after midnight, New Year's Eve. And then I was up at like, I don't know, 6 a.m., whatever, hit the gym, and then went out for a hike with a friend. And I was like, oh, this is so much nicer of a New Year's like experience. Like it just be outside in the fresh air. The weather was nice. It was like in the 60s and sunny. And so we just had a good time.
That is really nice.
Yeah, man, just trying to get out there. All right, so let me see here what we got. Oh, Rogues Guild says, sup guys, where's Tails? So Tails should be in about 25 minutes or so. He's wrapping something up, and then we'll join us later. But we got Trinity means 3. Yeah, no, don't worry. He's on his way. He gave us a heads up early on. I'm in love with the snowy cabin lumberjack Lorcas look. That should have been artwork. That should have been the artwork, man.
Well, we can make that happen. We don't have any artwork. It all sucks. So somebody wants to help me.
Lumberjack look goes well with the +1 melee. I like it. All right, so People's Guild says gonna be close indeed. No clue if it's gonna get across the finish line. Don't think anyone wants the Dow to be meddling, but there should be a certain expectation for balancing. Hopefully this is a one and done. Yeah, I think, so I posted a video for this Bjangles. I mean, I'm supporting it, maybe not for the reasons that that's fully aligned with you, but I just want to see what Matt and the team are going to do if push comes to shove with a card stat adjustment. Personally, I think the adjustments that you made are a little much. I think if you just reduce the mana cost to 7 so that it's even with everybody else, that probably has a much better chance of passing, but that's just my 2 cents, or my two DEC, which is not worth much these days.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think it's a little bit, maybe a little bit too counterbalanced. I actually have voted against it, even though I do think Nidhogger is underpowered, because I really don't like changing cards after the fact, and I like even less the Dow dictating it. So
yeah. I mean, because then like somebody can come in with a bunch of stake and try to push a card in a certain direction, whatever. It's not a good precedent to be set, which is why like the whole thing for me is like the only adjustment that makes sense is not a stat or like ability adjustment for it. It's just the mana cost, because if you just align the mana cost with all of the other cards in the set, it's like, okay, well, this actually makes sense. This is kind of what they probably should have done from the beginning. And yes, it does make him slightly better, but it's like 3 mana on a card that's going to reduce the amount of units that you can use. So I feel like that would be the best sell if you really want to go one and done, but we shall see how people go for it. But yeah, a lot of people like Aprisen, not a fan of the idea of changing, but I hope it passes and will be one of the last to be a proposal. Rogues Guild, though, sorry, reminded him to go vote it down. The DAO has a huge conflict of interest. I mean, dude, this whole project with the DAO and the team and the intermixing, there's a lot of conflicts of interest, which is not great. Person says it would not happen if Matt didn't throw it in the DAO in the first place. Yeah, I mean, the DAO is like if Matt doesn't want to answer like a really tough question, he's just like, I don't know, see what the community wants to do. Go throw it to a DAO vote. Ankh is in the house. Smash the like. Thanks, bro. All right, let's give another reminder. Tournament will be starting soon. Let's say in about less than 5 minutes. Make sure you guys are checked in. And this is a ghost card tournament, so it's 1 DEC. You get access to every card. I don't want anybody to feel like they're left out or that they can't participate. You get access to every card. It's not your collection. And if you need 1 DEC, let me know. Throw your IGN in the chat right now and I will send you 1 DEC. Banana says the 10 mana and force reduction is what makes it stink. Lose either one and it's better. Yeah. Oh yeah, congrats on the gold. Oh, I guess I wished you on Discord already. Did you expect to get it?
I mean, I hoped to get it.
I didn't see how the bidding. I wasn't watching the bidding live. But like, when did you bid on it?
In the last 15 seconds.
Oh, in the last 15 seconds. Okay.
Yeah, basically Matt had set on it with at 8 million for most of the day.
Mhm.
So I decided he probably wasn't bidding against me above that. That was just the floor he wanted. But
It was like it was pretty late, right? It was like 11 p.m. I think my time, or midnight my
that
time.
sounds right. Yeah,
Yeah.
something around there.
So see, you benefited from being on a different time zone. So
The
now
last one
probably-
I wanted to do and fell asleep. So at least this one
Hmm.
I stayed awake long enough. So
Nice. Yeah. I mean, I was knocked out by the time that happened. But yeah, how do you think the Heloise sale is going so far? I mean, have you, like, it's obviously come down now. They were going for like 1.3, 1.4. It's down to like the 700-800, which I don't think is surprising at all.
no, I think that's perfectly not surprising. It only stayed this high this long because Zircon wanted to buy like 27 of them or however many he bought.
Yeah. Yeah, he just wanted to like set the floor every day
For a while.
I don't even know if he
yeah.
wanted that. Yeah. I mean, hey, you know what? If that's what he wants to do, then that's what he can do.
Yeah. It definitely doesn't hurt the value for me. So appreciate it.
We've locked up a good amount of DEC with this though. But you know, prices and everything's still kind of struggling. Let's see, I mean, Bitcoin hit like 91K today, it did hit 91. Now it's at 92.8, so that's good. But I know you don't follow most of the crypto stuff, but do you follow any of like the token prices for Splinterlands, or is that just completely outside of your purview?
Yeah, I do some, and I think I pay attention to crypto news in general. I just don't follow it like you do. But
okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I pay attention to the token prices. Not a ton, but I generally know roughly where they are.
Cool. So what's interesting here? Okay, so Ankh said he's at work, so he's not going to play. A priest says Heloise hype has gone down already, so no one's talking about it. I don't know why. I mean, I think when you run something for 3 months, it's just not going to, like, it's not going to be exciting every single day. I think if they run something again in the future, there should be even less copies. And I know that doesn't really benefit the whole idea of like the DAO, you know, getting a ton of whatever. But my guess is that if they do something similar, it'll be middle of the year, auction style. If they deem this to be successful, middle of the year of a bull run. And you can go with the whole 7 theme, right? This would be like a 7-year anniversary for them. And I think it'd be cool if they did like 70 items, which is like a little bit over 2 months. But I don't know. That's still a lot. I mean, 100 cards overall doesn't seem like much. But I guess that the time in which it's taking is, I don't know. Like maybe you were hyped, Lorcas, because you just.
I think I would prefer it to not take as much time. So I prefer these auctions to be quicker. Like I don't know that I would be a fan of having fewer because I don't love the idea of cards that not many people can get their hands on outside of packs.
So maybe it should just be faster. Is that what it is?
I think so. Or some other way, like rollover Dutch auction. I don't know, make something up, but something that doesn't take 100 days to sell 100 cards.
You know what would have been cool, and it would have made November just absolutely wild, is especially because Bitcoin was like marching to 100 at that time, is if they had done it where instead of it was one a day, it was one every 8 hours, or like 8.5 hours or something like that, so that it would just kind of rotate throughout the day.
Yeah.
And then people like
every
time people look in, yeah.
I think it would help the overall sale if the gold foils were random, because it would motivate someone like me to buy them repeatedly until you finally got what you wanted. And it would drive up the base price, and it would just, I feel like that would potentially keep people interested for longer if it was randomized.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe to have like, okay, you know, like The middle one, like we'll just say number 50 and number 100 are going to be there, but then the other three are just randomized, just to give people a chance that can't like check in all the time.
Sure. But I mean, if it's lasting for that long, it seems like you could bid on them several days. So golds have always been random or our secondary market. And I think that helps drive repeat sales.
Yeah, that's not bad. Well, what I was saying earlier was just to have it where you'd be doing like 3 sales a day, right? So it would just be wild. Like somebody would like check out for a day and all of a sudden they come back and be like, wait, what happened? Right?
Yeah, but if somebody got one on the first day, then are they going to pay attention for the rest of the sale?
Well, and to your point, like the sale isn't going to go on for another 3 months. It's just going to go on for another 30 days, which is a big deal, I think.
Semester, for sure.
Yep. All right, so let's see. Aspirin says, or Presin, sorry. Wondering why they always throw Powerful Monster in green like Heloise. Come on, guys. Tofu's OP already. I think they just, I mean, I'm sure Call Me Tim just has a bunch of cards that, I don't know, when it's time to pull something out, he pulls something out. Oh, wait, hold on.
Well, if you run into Tofu, like that's, to me, Heloise has some trouble with Tofu because of thorns.
That's a good point.
So you don't get your Counter-Strike if you die to thorns.
That's true. Dude, we had 34 players check in today. That's awesome.
Nice.
So happy New Year, everyone. All right, so setting the floor on something you want to buy is dumb, says Bananas. Dragon, what's happening? Good luck, everyone. Reason says US DOJ is selling all the Bitcoin. Yeah, I saw that they had about 6.5 billion that they wanted, or that they got approved to sell. Stever, man, I hope you are doing well over there in the burning state. That those videos and pictures look absolutely wild. Rogue says 4 ads in a row is much. My bad, dude. I don't know. I just have Twitch running in the background. Let's see if I can reduce it. I don't even know how to do that. Stream manager? Is there a skip button like YouTube? All right, Banana says like 70, do 60. Yeah, so there's no more meme numbers outside of 69. I don't think anybody's going to be like trying to get a specific one because there's not even a 99. The last regular foil is 95. People's Ghost says should flash sale at random days throughout the year. I mean, it does create excitement, right? It would pull people in. Batters up, everyone. All right, my bot plays Tofu almost every battle. I mean, it's a good card. I want to say thank you, Lorcus. I really enjoyed playing with Lorcus and Tofu. They have definitely made me seem a lot better than I was. I think I was able to achieve... let's see, how far did I get? Diamond 1. Yeah, I made it to Diamond 1 this season. I think normally with my deck for Modern, I'm able to make it into like Diamond 2 if I can stretch into it by the end of the season. But these cards just push through everything, which is awesome.
They are pretty difficult to counter. The few feels like there's not that many decks that have maxed out Rebellion, but they certainly have some advantages on the leaderboard. It's pretty clear.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I've realized with this, being able to play at the highest levels with tactics, it's so much more fun. And I feel like I made a video like this probably about a year ago, where I had rented maybe some of the tactics summoners, and it was just like, oh, the game is completely different with tactics. But then I never bought any of the cards, and I wasn't renting them regularly, so I kind of forgot about it. But then now being able to play at the higher level. Oh, also I was playing in gold back then, right? Silver goldish. Whereas over the past year with all the changes that they made, I ended up maxing out all my summoners and, pushing my cards up to max level where possible. And so now it's like, okay, playing with the big boys, got all these different abilities. There's so much that you could do that makes a difference in terms of like how you play the tactics, which gets me personally excited for all of the other inter-round or pre-round things that could potentially happen in the future, that make the game more exciting and more customizable, or it just gives you a little bit more agency. I would really love to see stuff with land come in sooner rather than later, even if it's just basic stuff.
Like,
Get
what
some.
would you like to see? Like consumable spell type stuff? Is that what you're thinking? Pre-match stuff?
Yeah, so I threw out two ideas. One of which was I call it the Scarecrow, which would just be like a 0 mana card that's gonna require like, one wood, one ore, one stone to like make, and then you could essentially use that as like a consumable chicken, right? It can't be weapons trained, it can't do anything. It literally just sits there and it takes a hit, but it's 0 mana. So that was like one thing where you could have a consumable unit. Now, again, from a technical perspective, I figured that's probably going to be difficult, or it would take, not difficult, but it would take some time for them to be able to add that in. I mean, anything's going to require, something technical or technical change. So that was one idea. And then if they wanted to pivot into items and spells, I didn't necessarily have an idea for a spell yet, just because we don't have magical resources, but they could definitely start with items where it's like, okay, spend, 100 wood or 10 wood, whatever the cost is. And you get like a barricade. So you can essentially, it's almost like a divine shield where it's like you can put a wooden barricade as an item on a single unit. So they take like an extra hit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
what, and maybe if you do like a stone one, it takes 2 hits to break through it. You can do an iron one, it takes 3 hits to break through it. But it immediately gives, and it's gone after that, right? So
Yeah.
it's consumable, but it immediately gives land all of this utility where people are going to go in, and it's like, if you don't have these items, then you're gonna need them, and you're gonna continue to buy them, and that demand should drive an abundance of creation and more land online, right? Because if they're selling well and they're expensive, people are going to start working their land, and we're only like 20% of the way through land so far.
Yeah, adding some sinks and getting some excitement certainly wouldn't be bad. I'd be for it. I don't know if that's where they're going, but that'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where they're quite going either. And this is something that might take another 6 to 9 months, right? My hope is that they could implement something like this. It doesn't have to be my idea, but just something where land is more involved in the actual gameplay by the end of 2025, right? So Q2 through Q4. But the only thing that Matt has said publicly is in relation to survival mode, where you'll be able to craft revival potions, which take things, reduces or removes cooldown for all the cards that are playing in survival mode, which is like, okay, like that's not a bad idea. Anything that gives land utility is fine, but I like the idea. I mean, I guess revival potions are consumable as well, but I like the idea of having something that's actually in the gameplay and impacts the meta and is like therefore crucial for you having not just one of it, but like many of them, and then choosing to use them whenever you want. And like the hope is that they're so cheap to make that they're cheap to buy as well. So it's not like it's not like it's going to be something where, okay, only top tier players have this. Like you're able to go in and you can buy 100 of you can buy them for 1 DEC a piece, right? Which again, that's like a quarter or a fraction of a penny. And you don't have to use it all the time. You could choose to use it only in battles where you think it really matters or something. I don't know. I'm sure people are going to look at it as like pay to play, but it's like, I mean, everything is, right?
So I guess I have a couple thoughts. First, when was the last time you saw something Splinterlands made available to everyone? Like, you're smoking crack. That's not happening. I would love it if there was something available to everyone, but this is not it. This is not what they're doing. I think I've gone on the record saying I'm not a huge fan of survival mode. But if the premise is to create the sinks for whales, it's not completely stupid to tie that to land, because land is clearly only for people that aren't doing this to make an ROI. So to me, that somewhat aligns. If you were just going to make it for a whale game to go whale out in this weird mode, maybe. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I think there's no chance they make it cheap. They're clearly trying to make sinks for whales. So I don't think that's happening.
Fair. Well, so I guess when I was saying, like, in terms of making it cheap, Yeah, at the end of the day, they're the ones
Grain costs
determining.
1 DEC from Splinterlands.
Yeah, true. Well, so I guess my point is that by making it cheap, right? You're encouraging a lot of them to be produced, which means that. So here's how I see it: a lot of them get produced, which means a lot of them end up getting used, right? Because then someone like myself, who comes in and says like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna buy like 50 of these, right? It's 50 DEC, and I like having them available to me, so it doesn't seem like this massive cost. And for the team, because they have such high aspirations for land, it's like, well, as long as the like grain or wood or stone, whatever, is getting used on a regular basis, it's fine, right? Because there is this immediate utility. It doesn't need to be anything super crazy. We're not trying to move the markets and like push the price of wood or ore to the moon, right? It's just we want that volume there. We want people to be constantly using up the wood for something, or using up the stone for something. And then as more things get added into the game later, you can price or reprice appropriately. But yeah,
I've seen zero indication that there's any knowledge of the team around the fact that price point drives engagement. They do not believe any of those statements that have been made. Like, this was literally the argument that we were trying to make for these promo cards, is that if you look at actual market prices and adjust to demand, you can actually squeeze a lot more DEC out of the community than by just selling a few at a high price. There's tons of economists that have written books about this. Like, this is not hard. They boil them down to simple equations. All it takes is for us spending the time to do it and get the team to pay attention. They don't believe in this stuff. They literally don't believe us. Every time that this has come up, we get stuff like, high price, we need a burn deck. Like, I don't believe that they're listening to us at all on this.
So I'm curious, because I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you that, you know, they've definitely taken the whole like, hey, let's cater to our business class customers rather than, you know, economy, which I mean, again, that's a business decision that they can make. But let's go ahead and look at the promo cards. Like, where would you have priced them in relation to where they are now? And do you think that we would have moved the appropriate volume in order to at least have, you know, whatever it is that we have now in terms of total DEC locked? Like, for example,
oh my God,
if they were half the price that they are, like, do you think we would have sold double?
Yes, more than that. I don't know exactly where this break point would be as the pinnacle. I think we could have done it if we had bothered crunching these numbers. There's lots of past sales. They have different caveats to them, but I think we have a bunch of smart people. But yes, I think half the price, more than double the sales, is a no-brainer. Specifically because we have people that left the community because of these prices. Like, that's super bad. Mm-hmm. There was a much better price point, like, hands down. I don't think it's debatable. Like, if the goal was to burn DEC, we could have had a better price point.
So again, I'm not disagreeing with you. I was just trying to figure out like where that number is, because I made this same argument about packs. Right? I was like, if Rebellion packs had been $2 instead of $4, I think we would have sold 2 million easily. Right? Like, people bought 12 million Chaos Legion packs, and I know Rebellion came out at a time that, you know, it wasn't as crazy, but had they repriced things and reset things for Rebellion, or even Conclave Arcana coming up, I think the volume would have been significantly higher. Again, that's just me, but I you know, same kind of approach as I think the way you're looking at the promo cards.
Yeah, I think that there is plenty of expertise in the world that the team is not utilizing to make better decisions. Mm-hmm. This one particularly irked me because the DAO funded it. Like, they should have been obligated to listen to us, and they didn't. They didn't at all. They listened to maybe Vuctus. Like, I'm not sure. But yeah, well, there was a lot of comments about it. So that really bothers me, that we paid for this. And like, what we were supposed to get was what we wanted. And I have some really cool promo cards now, but I don't think it was the right choice at all. I feel like it harmed our community and did not sink as much DEC as it could have.
Fair enough. Well, sadly, there's no A/B testing this, so I don't know.
Well, we could have. We had 5 of these. We could have done some tests. Yeah. There were plenty of opportunities for testing. We did not accept any of them.
That's true. I wonder. So okay, we can't change the past. Can't change Rebellion. Can't change the promo cards. When it comes to Conclave Arcana, I mean, what do you think of the pricing of that? I know that you were talking primarily about promo cards, and I was the one talking about packs. But how do you feel about the pricing that we are currently planned to see for Conclave Arcana?
It's way too high. Like,
Still
it's
way
way
too
too high. Like, how are you? You're literally depending on people that bought Bitcoin years ago that just want to dump in some old idea. Like, this isn't a new game. It's been a production game for years. I get you got bills to pay, but can we please be smarter? Like, none of this makes sense to me, but I'm here.
Well, yeah. The big thing is when you look at a set when it first comes out, I mean, it can be anywhere between like $8,000 to $10,000, especially when demand is high and supply is relatively low. And the idea of having to pay that just for a core set every 18 to 24 months is kind of wild. Now, the idea of paying half of that, for example, if pack prices were reduced to $2 or to $2, right? So just in general, the value of the set would come down proportionally. But it's like $4,000 or $4,000 to $5,000 is still a lot, but it is also for many people significantly less than $8,000 to $10,000, right? Yeah. And so there would be a subset of customers that would look at that and say, "Oh, $4,000 for my hobby every 2 years, I can do that. Oh, $10,000 for my hobby every 2 years, that's a little much," right? So there would be like you'd be able to reach at least some people on a different level. All right, let's. I don't even know what's going on. I think
there's a lot of chats. I was trying to keep up with it, but I'm kind of failing. Sorry.
No, you're good. Am I not playing? Did I not get in? Okay, sorry.
So you're 13th, but yeah, 0 wins, 0 losses. Yeah.
It did not prompt me about a battle. Oh,
it says you're in round 2. You got to buy through round 1.
I'm going up against Wang Smith. All right, so let's just. I got 2 minutes or a minute. Let's just go through some of the chat here, and then I'll give you something to respond to while I go put the team. Congrats, Jobby. So there should be like Decrep's crafting system for land. That'd be cool. Keegs is here. There you go, Jobby. Okay, awesome. So Leandro's here. Keeg says 100% agree with Lorcas. Lorcas for the win. After sound, just listen when moon. Dude, I agree with Lorcas. I had the same idea for PAX. Let's be honest, if you're just an ordinary guy, the plays for fun and rewarding. Okay. So People's Guild says, completely agree. Failing to introduce variable pricing on a per event basis was a foolish call. I think that's what you were just referring to. Any other thoughts on that? Let me go ahead and put my team in.
It's what I've said a few times. I feel like we're not doing a good job of getting Matt's attention. I don't know exactly why that is. But the community's been calling for playtesting cards, for trying to make sure we're not losing players via pricing. There's a lot of good ideas. Maybe you can't implement all of them, but there's a lot of good ideas. There's engagement from different members of different leaders of the community that makes the conversations happen and keeps it going. But none of them seem to be making it into Matt's stream of consciousness, which is frustrating, sad, disappointing. I don't know, pick your word. I guess that's what I'd say. There's a lot of stuff that people are saying and coming up with that could be helpful. I hope we start listening to the community.
Ooh, I went with Tofu, and Wang Smith went with Waka. All right.
Waka, I love it. Please show me.
Watch the battle. Let's see. Skip.
Oh no, we don't get to see.
Oh, there it is. Here. Oh, sorry. I guess I shouldn't have spoiled it.
I love Waka.
All right. So Waka.
Mostly because Waka sucks, and I paid too much for it, so I love it when Waka gets used.
Oh, Vanka did some work. That's what it was.
Dude, Vanka is
I don't even think my strategy was great, but
I mean, your strategy was to match up some really awesome cards together. I think that worked.
Yeah, you know what? My strategy was solid.
That's one of the last times everybody in the community can participate. The bear and whatever the bruz. Those were the last times I remember that everybody in the community could participate. It's something they cared about because clearly everyone could participate in this voucher thing, I guess. But
you know,
who
what
wants
would
to?
be nice? Yeah, what would have been nice? I don't know if we're gonna end up doing it or not, but they should do something similar for the pre-sale, where it's like based on the amount of like packs that you buy.
What do you mean? Can you explain?
Sorry,
I'm too dumb to follow you.
Sorry, I know that was a terrible way to say it, because it is based on the amount of packs that you buy. I think it was like for Rebellion, every 50 packs got you like a Grim Bardoon Smith or something.
Something like that, yeah.
But it'd be interesting if they had like where they do something similar, where it's multiple, and therefore somebody could come in and just buy like 10 packs or 15 packs, and they get 15 BCX of a card.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because
We'll make it on like a per pack instead of like a chance per 50 or something. Okay.
Exactly. So that somebody doesn't feel like they have to come in, spend 50 on 50 packs, which is $200, right? They could come in and buy, if they want to play in bronze, like they could buy 14 packs and get 14 BCX of a common card.
You know what would I think even potentially? I love the idea of getting something per pack. I guess instead of a card, what about like wood or some resource, or maybe even one of those potions you were talking about, like something like that, where it would really motivate. So what I'm looking for is something that people won't then stop at 400 if it's a common card because they've now maxed this out. There's something that's more unlimited and pushing a higher number and motivating that. So anyway, something that you don't care about absolutely pumping the amount of, whether that's a resource or these potions that you want to be 1 DEC. Something like that would be fun.
I like that. All right, hold on. I'm trying to put together another team here, and I don't think I'm gonna do a great job, but let's see what happens. Swiftness. I like swiftness. This is gonna be such a random ass team, but all right, let's see if it's gonna show you on your end.
Is that a game? Sorry, I'm reading comments over on the side. I don't know what Crown Rend is.
I think it's a new game. All right, so that's the reality. Splinterlands has a pre-sin. So Matt seems very stubborn about that everything needs to be expensive. And few of the whales who seem to love burning money egg him on. One way to look at it, for sure. The price of packs is one thing, but having to buy those wagons too makes it even more expensive. Yeah. Conclave Arcana should not go to dual element. Seems dumb to me that you only need 3 common summoners in order to complete. Should only stick to 1. Oh, damn. Well,
you're not happy about this?
Well, here, you'll see my team. I was just trying to do something different because I've never used a cane before. So, I don't know. Let's see here.
But we all know that Tofu is the best summoner in this.
I know. I mean, I was... Oh, and there's Heloise on the other side, so clearly I just...
Yeah.
I mean, I just messed up. Is really what it comes down to.
I'm a little surprised to see Zabajan there, but whatever.
To see who?
Zabajan? Isn't that the second one on Wingsmith's team?
Oh yeah, Zabajan. Alright, well, it looks like I lost. So now I have to play another one. Alright, Wingsmith, you're gonna have to wait. Let me give Lorcas something else to talk about here. The dual element is interesting. So okay, let me ask you this, just because I want to leave it open ended. They did a lot with Rebellion compared to previous sets. They introduced dual element and they introduced tactics. What is it that they could possibly add to the game based on what you've seen maybe in other previous TCGs or games that you've been in with something similar that could be that new thing? Because I'm struggling to think of it. I feel like they played both of those hands at the same time.
To me, what's missing is simplicity of play. So I would rather see it not being nearly as complex. I think there's too many rule sets. There's too many new abilities. If there's a way, what I would love to see is something that simplifies gameplay, speeds up matches, and is naturally, I think there's an entire People's Guild episode on it, but that naturally makes the game more conducive to humans and less conducive to computers. I would rather see the game move in that direction. To me, the proliferation of abilities and rule sets was intended to try to harm bots, and that's the opposite. It's harder for humans, it's not harder for bots. And I would rather see the game move in a direction that's much more conducive to people coming in and playing, and along those lines, potentially a move to streamline the game so that it can be more esports friendly, so less randomization. I don't think you can do that with a rule set or with a new set of cards, but those are the things that I would like to see, where I would like to see the game go. We're not a new game, so to me, our growth potential is most likely more through esports than just attracting new people to the crypto space.
So this is wild to me
that direction.
Oh, sorry. This is wild to me that Wangsmith went with Waka for 2 out of our 3 battles.
Dude, Waka.
I think I have a good chance of beating him both times with Waka. I mean, not Waka for me, but for him.
Yeah, I like your team better for sure.
But what's funny is I didn't even go with... well, actually, I don't know. I shouldn't get too excited yet.
I don't know. Whenever you got Olivia of the Brook on your side, things usually go well.
Olivia, and I got a good gladiator who just, I think we got this. Yeah, Wangsmith. I mean, what's interesting for me is I tried to do this with Tofu. I ran out of mana, and I was like, I can use that 1 extra mana. So I went with a different guy. Damn it. All right, so I'm GG's Wangsmith. I guess I'm going to keep playing now, which is tripping.
Now you're top 10.
But let's... Oh, sweet. That means I get something else for next week.
That's right.
Thank you again for doing this and supplying the prizes. I know a lot of folks have reached out and appreciate it.
Yeah, this is fun. I'm excited that people get to play with all the cards in this tournament, and just to get people play the game. It's good. So
Druid says, I've seen guilds totally virus out and self-destruct. So guilds are great in a buoyant market, but self-destruct in a downturn. I don't know. Is this Virus the person? Because
Virus is in my guild, so hopefully, please, he's not destroying my guild right now.
Wait, is he still is he still playing?
Yeah, he plays. He plays less, but he definitely still brawls. He helps organize our brawls.
He did 2 battles like 4 hours ago. So I get to see he's still around.
Yeah. So I assume he's talking about in general.
Yeah. Okay. It reminded me of Virus. Virus, hope you're well if you're watching. All right, Banana says, sorry, I write too much. No, it's all good, man. So Splinter Lens is an expensive hobby. That is probably the best description that there is out there. It's not a crypto investment. It's not a game. It's just a hobby. You can say that again. All right, so People's Guild, coming in with a lot about the Nidhogger proposal. For me, this problem about is properly rewarding the biggest supporters at a crucial time in SPL history. Creating a game meta that we all want to be a part of. And 3, calling out less than satisfactory card design. I prefer the down not metal and for the team to just read the room and fix things on their own, but it is what it is. We've seen time and time again that hasn't happened and likely won't with CMT at the helm. Who's CMT? Oh, call me Tim. Well, yeah, there's definitely been a lot of cards recently that people have not been happy with. And there have been a lot of like last minute changes, and Nidhogger sadly did not get that privilege. So I can see where you're coming from. Shay says, oh, it's Deuce Crypto. Oh, what's up, Deuce? Give me on-demand single eliminator 8-player queues. That'd be cool. I have vouchers and would still rather just leave my vouchers in the LP and buy promos from the market.
Absolutely, because they're just cheaper on the market. So yes.
Well, and there's a reason for that, which I suppose is not terrible, and it's the fact that like people chase the gold foils, right? So you can go and if you buy 25 at a time, you get a guaranteed gold foil. And so at the end of the day, whether you spend the vouchers or not doesn't matter because somebody else is. And as long as the demand is there, it'll keep going.
I guess that's really the point, is there's not enough demand to not make the price half the price to buy the vouchers. So,
but you know, to that point, I mean, vouchers are 1.25 cents right now. And that's with a downturn in Bitcoin, Hive, and SPS. So there is a demand for vouchers for whatever it's worth.
1.25 cents. I think you just told us what it's worth.
Well, look at it this way, right? It's a 50% increase from where we were when the last card was out, and I would figure that a month into this new card it would have come down, but it hasn't. Which again, I'm not saying that like this is anything to write home about, but it's also not. I'll say that it's statistically significant, right? Like the fact that it's not dropping as badly as it did last time.
We are less of a stone than before.
We are less disappointed than we were before. And all I'm doing is recognizing that we're less disappointed, but I suppose still disappointed.
It's a win. It's a win.
So has anyone tried Crown Rend? I just saw the ad for that on... Oh, you know what? I saw the ad for it on Splinter Cards. It worked. I clicked on it. I logged in with Hive Keychain, and then it asked me for 20 Hive, and I was like, I don't have that. So I guess I'll have to figure it out at some point. Let me know if it's good and it's worth the 25. All right, so I just played Nidhogger. That's for you after sound, and I lost.
It's true.
That card is brutal.
My thoughts here is I designed a card, and there was months of communicating with the team about the card.
Yeah.
It didn't do everything I wanted it to do. But there were discussions about it. And so, I think that card is not as good as it should be. But I'm not sure this is the method.
It felt like they were trying to do too much with it. Like they wanted it to be awesome. And then like the bump to 10 mana to me was like, just in case it's too good, we're going to put it up there. But it's like, well, you already gave it force reduction, which is a huge nerf. Like, why also increase the mana?
There's a chance that the new set fixes this by card design. So if we get dragon cards that you just must have, and that works out well with Nidhogger's abilities, I think this is fixable through card design with the next set, driving demand to a card that was not popular at the time, but it will spike in price later.
Well, what would you do? Would it just be a legendary dragon card that says?
It would need to be a dragon set that's just you have to play it, and so the only way to play it is with dragon summoners. And when you're using dragon summoners, making sure that those abilities are very. Let's just use the terrible word, very synergistic with the options out of Nidhogger.
I mean, I wonder how on the nose they would go about, a certain legendary dragon card that comes out and says on it that like if you play this card, then force reduction is nullified. You know what
Yeah,
mean?
I know
Like,
that, and it's like basically rage, and it removes it.
yeah, like
removes
it's a must-have card, and it's just like this card is so good. Also, it fixes the old problem. So this is your combination now, and they both cost 10 mana, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, Steve, glad to hear you're safe, man. Lucky my area didn't burn. I agree prices are a bit high. If our tokens are not going up, they need to stop. Joffrey says Ruse and Artemis were great promos. They need to include more people. Agree, man. I don't disagree at the very least. All right, these tournaments are difficult but fun. They're difficult in a way where it's hard to know what the best option is because you have literally everything. And I think I would be lost if these were wild tournaments. I never made it past a single round. I mean, well, that's the thing. Like, look at me. I even in that last battle, I think I lucked out because he chose, what's that called? Waka twice. Because even in that last battle, I opted towards going to something familiar rather than trying out the new summoners and new cards. Those were all like older cards that I knew, and those were probably all older cards that he knew. There weren't that many Rebellion cards in the mix. So a Prieston says, what's funny is we're at the NP campaign and all they do is sell promo expensive cards. I understand the need for revenue, but we should focus on attracting new players. Yeah. You know what's funny is they're not even making money off of this.
Nope.
They got their money from the DAO with the DEC. So, you know, to your point and to B. Jangle's point earlier, it would have been interesting if after the first round of things, they said, hey, let's just try super cheap pricing. And if it didn't work, you know, and here, you know what? Here's what they should have done. They should have done super cheap pricing for the second one, given opportunity to everybody. And if that had not done another 100 million, then at least they could have been like, we tried, right? Nobody bought. Y'all said you would, and nobody bought. So we're going to go back to the other one. And then everybody would have shut the hell up. Or it would have worked, and we would have sold maybe 200 million DEC worth, and then it would have been a net win. But it was worth a try, and they should have taken it on that second one when that conversation was happening.
Yeah.
So Banana says, I also played Nitty Pants and lost. Because why would you choose a summoner that's not even, he's not even rooting for you. He's literally hurting you.
He's taking away your
He's taking away your power.
Yeah.
Well, at least we're not alone. Yeah, I keep thinking it had Yodin power. Nah, nothing beats Yodin.
except Kitty. What was that water summoner that I can't remember the name of now?
Lear.
Yes.
Lear Deep Swimmer?
You're a deep swimmer. Always just right.
All right, I'm up against Keegs now, so let me see. Just change the mana 7. I would be okay with that as like just a very simple whatever, but no, sorry. So I agree. We should have a promo card for every rarity, like common for minnows. Can buy it also. All right.
And that last one there, I totally agree. Valdemar also beat the crap out of
Yodin
most of the time, just because water was so OP back then.
Oh yeah, so good, so good. All right, hold up. I'm going to do something so crazy. No, it's not that crazy. But let us see how this plays out. You'll see my team shortly once I put these tactics in. All right. Matthew Young Eagles in the house. All right. If the team gives their price and the DAO pays it, the DAO should vote on the pricing. I don't know if I agree with that lower prices fixes things, but I do think the DAO paying means they get control. I mean, yeah, we should have. It's just that
the reason that we didn't put it to vote is because the vote would have been dominated by Vuctus, and Vuctus was very clear that he was going to downvote anything that was different than Matt's pricing. That's why it didn't go to a downvote.
Mm-hmm. a good point. Oh, wow. Look at these mirror team. Wait. No, they're not quite mirror, but they're pretty damn close. Well, we both went with Dr. Blight, but I went with Uriel.
Artemis has just got that force field though, so you only have one that's going to affect it. So
Yeah, but
your
I think
heal is probably better.
I get cleansed and the heal. I mean, I hope.
Mm-hmm. I think
I hope
that's a good
gonna help.
choice. Yeah.
Oh, but you know what? This guy has a. Yeah, that armor repair is. Oh no, never mind. Actually. Oh, out of memory. Jeez, what? Oh my! My stupid bot playing a Yoden of all things.
Of course.
Okay, we can watch this battle and see what happens.
You want to go turn
Gonna
off your
play
bot
Tofu.
while we watch?
No, I'm just gonna leave the bot because it's so annoying to turn it on and off. I mean, I think I win because Tofu's just too good, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Actually, I don't know. Oh, no, never mind.
I think you're okay.
I don't know. This is getting a little close. It's a little bit closer than I would like. That blast is not cool.
If you had missed there, it would have been worse. But I think you're okay.
Well, I can't see what the thing is. I couldn't miss because he has snare also, and that was a flying unit. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm missing now. I need to hit the. Oh,
okay, there we go.
That was a lot closer than I thought.
Almost.
All right, well, thank you, Tofu. You got me 3.8 SPS. That's a win. All right, I don't know if I won that last one or not. I'm assuming I didn't. No, I did not. Okay.
Oh, you still going?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're
All right,
using the bot that only plays once every little while, not a burst at once.
Yeah, it's only because I keep it at like 4 energy. So anytime it goes above 4 energy, then it plays. So it shouldn't play for another hour. People's Guild just got smoked by General Sloan. Well played. Oh, that should be a good one. Our priest says, "Trust me, Matt. The DAO would want the pricing to be expensive." But I thought everybody's always talking about cheaper cards. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. Oh, what? Lots of options here.
Tofu's available, I see.
Hey, don't give away my strategy, dude. It's always my strategy. Tofu's available. Game, set, match.
That's what I have Lorcus.
I don't even know. I'm just gonna have fun with this one. Alright, put you there. Oh my god, of course. I'm gonna lose this.
Oh no, are you out?
I mean, most likely I'm gonna be out. But
I need to grab another adult beverage. I shall return.
okay, do you think? You know what? I'm just gonna try this and see if I end up winning. Okay, I'll wait until.
Oh, I'm listening and I'm seeing your team because it
Are you
takes a
back?
while
Okay.
to get my desk into stand. No, I haven't left yet. It takes a while to get my desk into standing mode, so give me a sec.
Gotcha. Okay, so I gave him Tria. I gave it to Venator Kinjo just because I don't know why, but he's the only one that's not going to be impacted by the thorns.
It's a really interesting idea. I don't think I would have thought of doing that.
I mean, I just
I'm
figured I
gonna
would
need
lose no matter.
your play-by-play as I walk.
Okay, so what did they do? Oh, okay. So who did he give it to? Oh, he gave triage to his fungus fiend. That's even more wild to me. Honestly.
Yeah, but it was everybody had the same health. I forget what that bill is, but that bill set's called, right?
I guess, but
So he was keeping the +1 to Eleanor, maybe.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure it's the choice I would have made, but just trying to come up with ideas.
No. I mean, you're good. I don't know. The reason I wanted him is because I wanted him to have more health because he couldn't get poisoned by blight, and for some reason I thought that might help. Oh, she keeps getting exhausted, so she has not been good for me. All right, I'm pretty sure I lose this game. Oh, thank goodness I'm out. Okay. No. Oh, I ended up at 15th. Oh, damn. All right.
Oh no, the shame,
It's okay.
the horror.
It's okay. I have been the beneficiary of your generosity for long enough. Let's give it to somebody else. So remaining players 16. Oh, this has been a good tournament today. Good turnout. Oh, Tails, I'm so sorry, man. I don't know how long you've been there. Tails, you there?
I just got here. Yep.
Okay, good. Yeah, I just got my butt kicked in the tournament, so GG's Keegs. But look at all these names.
Good showing for the first tournament of the 2025
of the year. Yeah, MA1 TI recognized, Dragon, Rogue Patton, D-Jangles. I feel like I've seen Lince Marom around, Languise, Usujin, Merlin's Matrix, Xandroid, and of course Keegs.
You got to correct me if my memory is faulty, but isn't there a card to give away still?
Isn't there a card to give away for?
That was a gift from Vet, right. Maybe?
Yep, you're right, from Vet. Hold up. We should definitely have that for the winners.
I just dumped water everywhere. Give me a second.
Thank you for remembering that. What did he send me?
I think it was a Lorcus.
It might have been. Here, hold up.
Because he said 2 cards. One of them was Ulfka, I think. Yeah. Because I had been pooping on that one. I think also a Lorcus.
We sent out the Ulfka, and yes, I do have one. Yeah, good memory. I have a 1 VCX of Lorcus. So, winner of the tournament today gets a Lorcus. Let's go.
Nice. Is that on top of getting to pick a card? Is that a bonus prize?
I think we can do a bonus prize. Or do you want it to be whether they choose the Lorcus to keep or to get a card delegated to them?
I actually was leaning toward giving away Lorcus to somebody that was on stream and participating in some way. But that's just,
you know what?
Not to someone that could be not in the stream by winning the tournament.
You know what? Let's do that. I like that idea. There's already enough. There's fantastic rewards. Guys, there's a Heloise in the...
And 2 Fizbos, if you like.
And 2 Fizbos, yes. All right, so once we get... Hold on, let me see how far in the tournament we are. We'll see if we can do a death wheel today or something. Although I'll need to set that up and have it not get too crazy. All right, so
do you want me to set it up? I can set up a wheel.
Sure, actually. It's just I restarted my computer, so maybe it should work. We'll see.
Okay.
I'll give it a try first. All right, so dropped out of tournaments when Aggie had Biz organizing and winning all. Yeah, I don't blame you. So Matthew says,
Biz was way too good there. Submitting teams in the last 1 minute for like 5 tournaments at once. It was definitely interesting.
Ew. Yeah, not great. All right, so that's fair. But I do think putting it in the vote will show how big the disparity is. If so many people vote for lower prices and get drowned out by vectors, it shows that there is a clear issue. True.
I totally agree, especially if it was posed in a way where do you think this pricing is right, or do you think this pricing should be lower, or do you think this pricing should be higher sort of vote? I don't know if you can do that with our current system, but making it so that you're not making what I think is a total loser is trying to put the actual price to the DAO, because how are you going to have people choose pricing with that large of a number of people? To me, you would be trying to get the DAO to agree that they wanted to use a methodology for pricing. There's many different ways that this could be approached, but agreeing to a methodology and then crunching those numbers and coming up with something, to me, could have been a way to do this, and it would have shown exactly what was mentioned there by Matthew Young.
Yeah, I would love to see a mechanism in which, again, it doesn't affect the vote, but just for insights, you can see how the vote played out from an account standpoint, right? So just a pure, again, not stake weighted, but more like equal vote per account, and have it only count accounts that have 50,000 staked or more, right? So this can't be gamed by like small, tiny accounts, and just show like, hey, if this account has like 50,000 SPS staked, which the team just put it out there that if you have 50,000, you get perks in the game, right? The first of which being you get free challenges or free custom challenges, right? So whatever level threshold you want to put it at, that's fine. I think 50,000 is good enough. But how many people at 50,000 and above voted for or against a proposal? I think would be interesting. Again, not to change the vote, but just as an insight to have available.
Well, there are other ways of counting votes to make sure that it's not completely dominated by the largest players, like using the square root of your actual SPS as your actual voting weight is a way to make sure that you have to have a substantial amount, but it's not completely dominated by two people. It's not possible in a quadratic voting scheme. There are ways to do this, and that would be fascinating to at least look at, see how that would change.
Yeah, agreed. But you know what, Tail? Sorry, I was so distracted when you came in. Dude, how are you, man? How are the holidays?
I'm doing well. Yeah, holidays were good. Thanks for asking. Hope things are going well for everyone here on stream and in the chats. Everything's good.
Cool, man. I've been seeing you stream Parallel a lot lately. I need to jump in. Do you stream that on YouTube too, or is it just Twitch?
I just been streaming it on Twitch. But yeah, it's been fun. I've been playing, grinding, and I mean, it's the Parallel community is really, really strong. They're streaming organically, like 24/7, multiple streamers on Twitch, pretty much. Yeah, so it's good.
That's awesome.
And it's it's pretty looking pretty bullish over there. So
let me ask you this, because you're much more well versed in that ecosystem. What's the one thing that you're seeing Parallel do right now that you wish Splinterlands could adopt if you could snap your finger?
Well, I mean, the thing that they're doing well is they're executing and delivering. I mean, they've got the March Worlds tournament in Vegas at HyperX, which they're giving away. I think it's, I don't know, is it 200,000? I'm not sure how much the prize pool is, but it's pretty large amount of dollars, probably the biggest in Web3 esports. They're delivering Colony here in Q1, which is going to be a genre-defining AI simulation game, which is going to be interesting.
I'm still eyeing the avatars.
Yeah, I mean, they've been moving. They were over almost close to 5,000 earlier in the week. I don't know what they are today, though.
No. Oh, well, that's maybe I'm not looking anymore.
Yeah, and they got AI Wayfinder coming out with it. You know, they're already doing alpha and beta testing there, and they've got prompt airdrop. So just a lot of stuff. They delivered physicals, merchandise. They're doing physical cards here in Q1 as well. They're just doing a lot of the things that Splinterlands talked about delivering but couldn't deliver. So
gotcha. Well, Splinterlands wants to deliver a bunch of things this quarter, and so far, I mean, again, I'm not trying to be overly critical, but I was like, I was really hoping we get survival mode January 7th, and we didn't. So now it's like, I don't know what comes next. All right, so Reason says, nope, the DAO vote can literally control a 4-person vote. This make it clear that he doesn't want price to be cheap. I know the DAO is controlled by like 10 people. I get that, but my point isn't small guys passing anything. You're just showing solidarity in numbers. Again, I think it would just, again, it wouldn't, it's just for insights, right? To show like, hey, like 90% of the community wants this. Like maybe we can just find a middle ground. Maybe, right? Because we know that there's like a bunch of other players that want this.
We also have an expert at that. People's Guild is like, Jingles is quite good at finding common ground.
Couldn't agree more. All right, looks like GG's to Keegs. Dragon had a good game as well. All right, so Keegs says, I did it so I had a guy getting big at the front for the second tank. Oh, whatever, dude. Your strategy was just slightly better than mine. Our teams look so similar in all of our games, or at least in the second two. But I hope you go on and win it. Oh, wait, no, I think we only played 2 games, right? Did I get crushed? I don't think I even won one. All right, so Magic says, yeah, I think I went 0-2. So it's whatever I haven't bought a single promo and won't, and I'll just bot. If that's the behavior the team wants, it's fine. Then so be it. The game will continue to be a DeFi platform. Roguezil says, I want Lorcus. I mean, a Lorcus, the card. Oh, dude, there's demand for you. I've got a couple delegations just for staying till the very end, despite losing very badly. Yeah, Lorcus has been very generous with that. All right, hello, stop by to check out the tourney. All right, are delegations 1 BCX or anything silver level? Delegations are actually all max level, right, Lorcus? Yep. So
max.
All right, so I'd like to see benefits based on SPS in different tiers, so it encourages people to chase the next benefit. Exactly. Almost in the US we have popular votes. That doesn't mean nothing. Yeah, but then people always like complain about it for the next however many years for whatever reason. All right, so does chat know the answer? Oh, sorry.
I think that was about the card levels.
The BCX. All right, so haha, that's a big snap, Tails. I know, as soon as Tails said executing, I was like, bro, come on, low blow. That was like the one thing that I've been struggling with.
For like 7 years running.
I wanted to call it out there, but thank you, People's Guild, for keeping me honest. See? There you go. All right, so markets will market. You think your vote means anything? Off the Grid gave 700,000 in streamers tournament last month. Wow. All right, you guys went crazy with the chat. All right, B-Jangles, what's up, amigo? When next podcast? Yeah, guys, get your 2025 in order. All right, OTG is giving away $3,000 daily in tournaments. Wait, what? All right, I can't play OTG on anything I own, unfortunately. Wait, so Joffrey, you said it's good on Xbox, right? I don't know. I really don't have a team that I'm playing for, PS5 or Xbox, but if it's cheaper, I might go Xbox. Yaramana Bolts 85 will be back next week. Good. All right. Oh, wow, that's crazy. How and when do we request a delegation? Oh, so you have to win. If you're in the top 10, so MA, if you are in the top 10 of this tournament, and we're trying to run them weekly now, whenever we can. We took some time off for the holidays, but you can go here into the what's this called? The details or description for the tournament. There's a list here that'll take you to a like a live Google Doc, which has all of the cards available. So go check it out, but you gotta perform first. All right.
We do sometimes do them for people in the chat.
We do sometimes do it for So if you stick around and if people who play the tournament and win the tournament but then don't show up in the stream, don't claim their thing, then we just kind of start giving it out towards the end. But we've already been live for 1 hour and 13 minutes. All right, let's see. Don't worry, it's not quite bedtime for me yet, but it will be soon.
All right, let me go. Dinner.
So what round are we in? Oh, we're still in round 3.
Yeah, we're moving slower today, right?
No, hold up. I swear we were just in the semifinal round, but I think
45 minutes. Hour.
There's no
right?
There's no way. Hold on. Okay, we're in round 4. There you go. There's only 8 people left.
Okay.
So congrats to Rogue, Lince Marone.
Look at Rogue up there.
And Keegs. All right, so here's the thing. For the people that lost, Harvey Second, Splinterlands RU, Xandroid, if you are in the chat, take a look at that list. You're not going to get first dibs, but you can at least get an idea of what's available so that when we ask it from you in the next, I don't know, hopefully 15, 20 minutes, We'll get quick answers, and then we won't be rushing to get off the stream. But while we're waiting for that, Emma, you got 9th. All right, so Emma, take a look at that list. Okay, so while we're waiting on that, hold on. Let me. What do I want to search for? Wheel giveaway. There's one that I used to use. Oh, is it this one? Absordios. Yeah.
I never used this one.
Okay, hold on. So options. Don't play any sounds. Don't throw confetti because my computer might not be able to handle it. Let's do remove winners. And then entries. So let's do this. I'm just gonna start typing names from the chat. So if you have not talked in the chat and you want to be part of this, then say something. I'm not fishing for comments, but I guess I am.
And this is for the 1BCX Lorcas card that was
this is for
by Vet, right?
From Vet V. Yeah, this is coming in from Vet V. So shout out to him. He gave us this card, I think, during one of the last live streams. Yeah.
And I think it went up in price since then. So.
Oh yeah. Sorry if I'm not spelling it right. Cardoso, Dragon, TPG, Joffrey, Keegs, Bananas. I'll put MA on here. 1T, Matthew Young, Druid's Blood. So how many people do we have? All right, we'll give it some 9 entries. There's 23 people in the chat. I don't know why you wouldn't want to be part of this, but let me get Rogues Guild on here too, coming in from Twitch because I was not looking at that. Rogues Guild. So MA says, is this tournament similar time next week or every week? You know what? Next week is the town hall. We actually haven't discussed that, Lorcas. What are things looking like for you?
I can do morning or evening, whatever you're feeling.
Morning has gotten tough for me now, just because there's a lot of family stuff I'm doing in the morning.
Yeah, no worries.
So, and here's the thing: the town hall is at 6. So, do we want to do like post town hall or like mid town hall? Because I kind of like this
mid town hall seems hard.
we could just go live at 7, have the town hall in the background, people can play the tournament, which is exactly what I think should be happening. Well, whatever.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Okay, so we're gonna do same time next week, 7 p.m. Central. It's gonna be halfway through the town hall. The tournament will just be there. We'll come on. I'll have the town hall running in the background. People play the tournament. Maybe we'll give some live commentary. So MA, to answer your question, it's gonna be a week-to-week thing. There'll be some mornings that I'm free. Some mornings that Lorcas and them are free, but we're just kind of figuring out as we go. Ankh, do you want to free Lorcas? I'm going to add you anyway, even though I'm sure you have a bunch of Lorcases in your family already. Ankh, was it you that started the welcome to the family thing? I'm trying to remember who on Twitter did that. Mornings I'd never be able to do, but evening I'll keep looking. Cool. Yeah, mornings were better for me in Q4. Now I'm running around a bit. Oh, it was you. Okay, cool. That's awesome. I like Lorcas too. I match Night Stalker and slam people with that blast and trample. Oh, that's a good one. Ooh, Bolts is here. All right, Bolts, I'm adding you. Bolts 85. Weekday mornings I work and don't think they'd want me playing Splinterlands. Well, I mean, they can't want They don't need to want or not want anything that they don't know about, right? I'm not trying to get you fired because then you won't be able to buy any more cards. Oh man. All right, there's only 12 people entered. It's 28 people watching the stream. So I'm gonna give you guys like another 5 minutes, if in case you missed it or in case you're watching this a couple minutes behind. We are giving away a 1 BCX Lorcus courtesy of Vet V, who sent this over last time. We are gonna run a death wheel, as you can see in front of you, and you now have 5 minutes starting now. Let's set a timer for 5 minutes. At that point, I will close things off. Ghostly BG, I'm adding you in. All right, let me go back to the tournament here.
How are we doing on
Sorry,
that?
my other
Yeah.
screen. So, Usajind over B Jangles. Ooh, none of these games went to 3 rounds. Oh, you know what? I don't know why I'm doing that on the other screen. So none of these rounds, or none of these games in this round went to 3 games or battles. Oh, this does not update for me. That's kind of annoying. I have to go outside and back in. Okay, so here's your semifinals. Lince Marome versus Rogue Patton. Hell yeah, Rogue.
Ooh,
Look at you.
we have
Get it, dude. Get it.
Rogue's been not playing as much, so I'm
Yeah, and Rogue won the first one, so 1 win away from the finals. And then you got Usajind versus Keegs. So everybody in that last round who lost, once again, oh, see, this is just not updated. Usajind, I'm sorry, Jangles, Harvey Seconds, Splinterlands, RU, Xandroid, be ready with your picks. Yes, I know that you're gonna pick late, so anticipate that. You're probably not gonna get the tofu. You're probably not gonna get the Heloise, right? So Banana says, "Hang on, let me go log into my other YouTube accounts." Just kidding. Well, yo, you got 3 minutes and 25 seconds to get into all of your YouTube accounts. I'm gonna notice, like, all of a sudden, like, oh hey, this person subscribed and chatted for the first time. So you have 14 other streamers watching. Is that what it is? I mean, I don't know why people wouldn't want a free card, but it's bugging out. I'll keep that cryptic delegation. Okay, so you can just make a note of that in case nobody wants a cryptic one.
Yeah.
Who's the? Who's the? Okay, whatever. I'm adding you in the. The. There we go. So we're at 14 entries now for this wheel. Banana peel, banana split, etc. All right, I think my other one would come up with the real name. We can't have that. No, don't dox yourself, bro. You know, because it was purple, I did think it was you for a second, People's Guild. Or at least it came up purple on me. Oh my god. THE, not the. I'm sorry. I would have never guessed that in a million freaking years. All right, THE. You got it. You're in, THE. And I promise you that I'm going to mess that up many more times in the future. Sometimes on purpose, sometimes not. Where are we at battles wise? Oh, Rogue and Lince Marome going to a 3rd and decisive game. Usajind with the first win over Keegs. Fun.
That's your standard bearer.
1 minute and 22 seconds. So this will be perfect. While the final round is playing out, we will run the death wheel. We'll give away the card. And then we'll circle back to crown the winners and send out some delegations. And then we can call it a night. What do you guys think?
Yeah, did you also want to talk about some of your recent video topics that have come back so far this year? I thought there was 2 really good ones. Specifically the DEC bot farming sell off, and then the grain video I think you did as well.
Oh, well, thanks. I mean, go for it. What insights do you have? Would love to hear it.
I don't have any insight. I mean, I thought the videos were good, covering interesting topics in the Splinterlands ecosystem. I thought it was. I didn't see it. I wasn't in Discord, but I think you mentioned that. I think multiple people mentioned that Philip Doe was asking, like, how to burn cards. I just thought it was kind of funny that someone's quote air quote smart enough to create a multi-thousand bot farm couldn't figure out how to burn the cards. But
Yeah,
Maybe they were
that's
looking for a systematic method to program it because there was too many cards to go through and click.
Yeah,
that
maybe.
could be.
Well, here you can see that they're down to 5 million CP, down from 40 something million. So, and then when you take a look at Splinter cards, I'm assuming they sold all that DC. All right, your 5 minutes is up, guys. I mean, this is just wild, but it is what it is.
It is
I guess it's not
quite,
even that much
shape.
though. Like 70 million DEC in the past week. That's not terrible. Because on the 30-day, we're still down 14 million. So, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is we took the hit, and if our run rate is, let's say, 1 million DEC a day, yeah, this puts us back 70 days. But all of this is going to be a moot point once Conclave Arcana comes out, because that thing should, ideally, knock on something, use up a ton of DEC.
Yeah.
So. No, it's a good point. What about the grain one?
Well, I think it's interesting. So there's two aspects of the grain video and concept that I thought was interesting. One was, LAN went live, I think it was November 2023, if I recall correctly, roughly. So it's been live for over a year, printing grain at high clips. So, I know you talk about voucher inflation a lot. Is kind of a pet peeve and how that's kind of run rampant.
Yeah.
But grain has been literally, everyone's been running pretty much a grain surplus or grain neutral since November of last year. So people have millions of grain just stocked up. And what's going to be interesting to see is how Splinterlands deals with all that year plus of grain inflation on land with no use case per se, like real use case.
Yeah.
Because it's not like there's a shortage of grain. Everyone has grain or, is grain neutral. So what's going to be interesting to see is how they adapt, basically, because what they're going to have to do is really jack up the costs of grain. And I know they're going to do that by just inherently removing grain production on a majority of land, which halts grain inflation at that point forward and makes it harder to get grain, but you're still going to have to churn through literally millions. And we don't think we have the data. I don't think Splinter Cars or Peak Monsters has the outstanding number of grain. I think you could probably go to the leaderboard and compile it through an AI program. But there's tons of grain out there. And basically what's going to happen is Splinterlands is going to have to charge like a crap ton of grain for any buildings or any upgrades or any conversions. So basically the person who ends up paying the cost for all that grain inflation for the last year is the player. And if you're a landholder that's not a large landholder, it's going to be a barrier for you to do anything with land assets because the costs are going to be so astronomical, I think, for grain exchanges.
I mean, dude, there's literally billions of grain, not just million, like it's billions.
There's 237 million there on Immaculate.
Like the top person, 200 million, 200 million, 200 million. I mean, just the top 5 is probably close to 1 billion already.
Right. And
So-
like if you're someone that has like 10 to 20 plots of land, and all of a sudden the costs of grain are mapped to those people with 200 million grain, and you're sitting on like, 200,000 or 20,000 or whatever, the cost for you to do anything in land are going to be so high in comparison because of the overhang on some of this stuff that it's going to really, I think, be hard to balance from a game perspective.
Yeah, it's there's no doubt it's going to be interesting. I see a lot of people probably being irrationally bullish on this situation about grain because of the fact that it's a 75% reduction, right? Average 75% reduction if you're introducing 3 new resources. So How long it takes to eat through this, I don't know. But here's the thing that could make it interesting, right? It may not be as liquid as you expect it to be, right? So even if you're looking at the top, all the top folks here, I mean, if grain goes high enough, sure, maybe they dump a lot of their grain to sell on the marketplace. But I would assume that many people here are like long-term players and are hanging on to that grain in anticipation of the fact that their grain production is going to be reduced 75%. So they're probably going to be holding on to a good amount of this, which means the liquid grain wouldn't be that high. Now, I still think, to your point, there's going to be an adjustment period, and we'll see how it goes. And there it's going to be tough to price. So I agree with you. I don't know. We'll see.
I think what's the challenging thing to understand is we don't know the true scale and magnitude here. The difference between a 10x or a 100x in over supply is a big deal. Yeah. So, for example, we've said, well, the flywheel should kick in at some point. DEC has been getting burned, and SPS, whatever. The problem is the order of magnitude on DEC and SPS was certainly not understood by a lot of people. And that's why DEC is still not at peg and why SPS flywheel has not kicked in, because while it seems in our brains, we just kind of compartmentalize and say, hey, it's a 75% reduction, or there's not that much, 50% of SPS is staked and all this other stuff. The problem is when the other 50% is so large and the demand is not commensurate with that, it would take years, decades to get through some of this oversupply. And until you really look at the data and look at the numbers, what seems in our head to be, it's going to naturally burn itself down, in reality may never burn itself down. So that's how math works.
True. I mean, you definitely have a point there. I don't envy the person who's trying to do the math behind this to see what they're going to have to price everything in. When I look at this, though, I'm just like, okay, this top person sitting on like $1,300 worth of grain right now. I don't know why they have not put this into the pool. I mean, I guess maybe grain goes up by a factor of 2, 3, 5x, and then they dump. But I don't know. That's wild to me.
Yeah, that's where all of my excess grain is, which isn't a lot. It's just sitting in the LP. There's nothing else to do with it.
Yeah, I used to just sell it. Now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, well, let me throw it into the LP because I am anticipating more volume in the future. Again, not even that I'm gonna like make a ton from it. It's just, okay, let me just have something there, because the more that I put in there now, while grain is relatively cheap, hopefully either that value of the grain goes up, or I just get more grain over time.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I'm not even playing that from like a ROI min-max perspective. It's just, it'll be good to have, like, instead of me selling grain at like bottom dollar value, let me just throw it into this thing right now where it slowly accumulates more and more every time there's volume, and we'll see what happens in the long run. All right, so I don't know where the tournament is at. Let me just double check it here. All right, so we have Rogue Patton versus Usujind in the final round. It looks like the first game, Usujin has won. Keep in mind, this is a best of 5. So while that's going on, let's do the giveaway for, what's her name? What's his name? Lorcas. So here are your 14...
What is that card's name?
What is that card's name? 14 entries, I believe. Yeah. So Death Wheel rules. You have to be the last on the board. So best of luck. That was the weakest spin ever. All right, sorry, Emma. You are the first winner, but actually loser. All right, there goes a better spin.
I've never done Death Wheel. This is pretty fun.
Yeah, we got to do it more. Oh, Keegs. I don't know if this is karma. No, I wanted you to win, actually.
Beat after sound, and this is what happens.
Yeah. Beat me, and you get kicked off the wheel. GG's. I did want you to win the tournament, though. Oh, Joffrey, sorry. Guess you've said too many good things about Off the Grid. Who's next? Oh, wait, let me say this right. THE. Sorry, buddy. Not today. Okay. Ooh, close, but Dragon. Sorry, man. Not happening today. No card for you. No card for you. I think we're down into, what is this, top 10, 9? Ooh, Bolts. Just gotcha. Go CBG, you survived. And now you're going to say that I jinxed you when it picks you next.
Can't win.
Nope, not this time. Oh, TPG is out. All right. Let's see who else we got. Who's the next loser? I told you go CBG. My bad. I jinxed you. Okay. I think we're getting close to, what is it? 7 left? No, 6. Rogues Guild. I'm sorry. You're the only Twitch viewer. All right. Down to the last 5. Let's see who we got. Bananas. Sorry, not today.
Totally not the topic, but is that normal? Is it normally more viewers on YouTube than Twitch for your streams?
Yeah, YouTube is where I've built most of the thing. Twitch, I'm trying to get back into, but I thought that I was trying to cater to the folks that were there for Splinterlands TV, but I think most folks just left. It's been a long time, and I think people really just wanted like free stuff, which I don't blame.
There's like free stuff.
Yeah. So, all right. So Matthew Young, Druid's Blood, Ankh, and Leandro, you are the final 4. Let's see which of you is the weakest link. Leandro's gonna be you first. All right, top 3: Matthew, Ankh, and Druid's Blood. Druid's Blood. So sorry. All right, keep in mind this final one between Matthew Young and Ankh. The winner is the one that it does not land on. I have to put that reminder in. It is the one that it does not land on. So don't get picked. Oh my God, Ankh, you're gonna get another one added to the family, bro. Sorry, Matthew Young. You are the last loser. You were so close. So close to winning. Ankh, what's your username? Is it Ankh
2020
or something like that?
Which one do you want it to?
Ankh 12C.
Ankh
You guys
12C.
haven't heard of him?
Ankh 12C. I know that's his thing, but yeah. All right, let me send it here.
Well, in our guild, he's on 2020, right?
Welcome to the family. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Go post about it on Twitter and make sure you thank Lorcas. I'm sorry, not Lorcas, VetV for this. But thank Lorcas for the tournament. There it is.
Thanks, Splinterlands, for letting me host him for free. This is pretty great.
Yeah, I mean, this is stuff that they should have offered like a while ago. Ankh 12C, right? All right, I think Ankh won for saying smash that like button so many times. Good karma. There you go. All right, see.
Not beating Aftersound, which is clearly bad karma.
I'm looking out for you, bro. Looking out for you. All right, Ankh 12C, cool.
So now after Sun, you can run your leagues now, right? Now that we have the challenge mode enabled, the custom challenges.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to get that going. I mean, we could have gotten that going earlier because we had ghost card challenges anyway. You didn't need it to be anything too wild because it was going to be randomized. But yeah, we can get something like that going if there's interest. I was trying to put out feelers before, and I just felt like, I don't know, it wasn't there. But this is definitely something we should revisit now that, well, I was gonna say now that the market's better, but it's down today too. Oh, Dragon! So Dragon's working on something like that. So hopefully Dragon can make it happen, and I'll just be the guy who streams it. But no, I'm happy to help Dragon anyway. Just like me to get all the way up to the last, get my hopes up. Sorry, man. Sorry. So Ankh won for, yeah, Ankh is a top supporter of all streams. Appreciate it. Well, thanks guys for participating, and make sure you thank VetV Ankh. Call him out on Are you on Discord? Because he's usually active there. He's always tagging me in something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ankh. All right, cool. You guys are all being supportive. Dude, check this out from Bananas. I pulled an Archmage Arius from a mystery potion back in the day. That's the most winning I ever did. Bring back mystery potions. We want mystery potions.
It's basically what the jackpots were, right?
Yeah. I mean, you know what they should do? And I know this is going to all add to like part inflation, but like a fun thing that they could offer is make like just a random card. It doesn't even need to be that good, right? Like it could just be like a mediocre legendary card that has like an interesting ability or whatever, and just have it so that it's not for sale. It's not for sale. It's not a reward card. You can only get it as a jackpot reward prize, and people would actually freak out. They would freak out if you got it, right? It's like there'd be so few of them over the course of however long, but it would be a card that people would actually legitimately be excited about because they got it for free and they're like the only one that has it or one of the very few.
And didn't you need like 400 of them? Because no, you said a legendary. You need 11 of them to max it.
I was gonna say just make it a max copy and make it so that there's like just make it so you could do something like a Heloise, right? Where it's like there's only ever gonna be 100 copies and they're all gonna be, in the jackpot prizes. And
is this a good card or is this a card that you just have because you're a collector? Like what's your
so that's the thing. We don't want. I don't think it needs to be a game-breaking card because you're not trying to convince people to buy it. But the collectors out there will want it, and it's always going to be highly valued because it's like you can't just go out and get it, right? You can't like win it through the game, and you can't buy it. You have to, if you're going to buy it, you have to buy it from somebody else who won it through a jackpot, through winning the lottery.
Yeah.
And so whatever they're willing to sell it for, if they are, is going to be how it works.
I'm curious if that puts too much power into botting and glint, assuming this is a glint that is purchased with. Do you just give farms just like the ability to crank this out and monetize? Because they've done a good job right now of really limiting the monetization options on the glint, which I like.
Yeah, you're right. That's something that they would need to look at. But there's so much that they could do.
Yeah.
In terms of like offering jackpot prizes that doesn't get
skins. Again, I think skins is what we want here.
Yeah.
Something non-game breaking, non-game affecting, so that it's, I don't know, it still gives an option to turn glint into dollars, which I don't love. I don't love glint to dollars options.
I wonder if like how much would people participate in something silly like a daily lottery, for example, where you go in and instead of it being like in chess or being in whatever, there's like this special section in the reward store or in any store, right? Maybe it's in the voucher store where you go in and you have to burn like 10 vouchers or 10 DEC or whatever it is every day. And you know that when you burn that 10 DEC, there's like a 0.00000% chance that you can get it. And there's only like one that's dropped a day if somebody even gets it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just like, how many people will go in and be like, yeah, screw it. And it's like limited to once a day per account. I don't know, just like weird little ideas like that.
It'd be fun. Something that motivates people to log in and burn a small amount of stuff for a chance is kind of cool.
For a chance. And if you don't get it, you get like 10 glint, which is like not worth anything, but it's like compensates you a little bit, right?
Consolation prize.
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about the other hot topics out there? The Nidhogger proposal or the Rebellion packs for leaderboard prizes?
We did not talk about Rebellion packs for leaderboard. We did discuss Nidhogger very briefly. People's Guild made their pitch in chat. What are your thoughts, Tails?
Well, I pretty much usually agree with Bejangles when it comes to Splinterlands stuff, but this is the one of the rare occasions where I don't. I don't think we should alter Nidhogger. I think it's a slippery slope, and I'm not in favor. But I can respect his work that he's been doing and trying to champion the cause and trying to get it over the line. So
basically, to recap my point from earlier, I do think Nidhogger is a poorly designed card. I don't like the idea of the DAO deciding what the changes are. I guess is part of it, partially because we don't have a playtesting method that's actually implemented. I
mean, I would say EMP
is
basically right next in line, probably saying, "Hey, I bid on a card too. Why do I suck?" So I mean, there's probably, I'm sure Neil McSpadden's probably like, "Hey, what about Lear? That card's not so great. Can we revisit Lear and make him great again?" So I just think it just opens up a can of worms that is just not good. It just I mean, not a good use of time and resources in the grand scheme of things. Honestly, it's a miss. Move on. Waka was a miss. We've moved on. So I just yeah.
I'm sure there's a campaign out there to make Waka great again. Fair enough. Now, what about the rebellion packs and chests?
I mean, I guess you're probably, how you feel about that option is probably going to depend on if you bought a lot of rebellion or not. So I think there's a natural bias in that, but for me personally, if I take any bias out of the equation, I agree with your stance in that we should look for a way to get DEC inflation to zero, basically, so we can get to the flywheel sometime in our lifetime. And I think rebellion packs provide a way to do that with limited inflation, high demand, not impacting market pricing significantly, but giving players, something to compete for and to earn. So I think I would vote yes for it. I think the challenge is if you just put 1 million rebellion packs, which is more than the actual circulation that was bought, into the DAO and just burn them, I don't see that doing anything.
No, it has to come out at some point. Well, so the video that I put out, the calculation was 1,000 packs per season, 2,000 packs per month. And keep in mind, like 2,000 packs is just over half of a maxed set of Rebellion. So over the course of 12 months, over the course of a year, you'd be putting out 6 max sets. It's not
it's like nothing,
right? Or 9 max sets. Let's put it this way: 9 to 12 max sets over the course of the lifetime of the set. Right, so it's not 18 to 24 months. So I don't know. I think that I think that it's an easy way to stop or slow down DEC inflation, but I don't know. It's not a hill that I'm going to die on. I think the numbers make sense, but people get emotional about it one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't pay attention. What is the counter argument? Why do people not want it?
Because it devalues cards. Like giving away rebellion cards for free, which again I actually don't even disagree with. It's just that the numbers are so small and the demand is so high that it makes sense for me, and we don't have bots farming this stuff anymore. So
I don't know that I have a strong opinion on it, but I do like good rewards to motivate people to play. So
bots can't. The thing is, bots can't even farm it because it's a leaderboard prize. It's not like in rewards.
I mean, they could farm it in wild, right? I mean, but the bots are allowed in wild, so.
Well, okay. So, but let's delineate or distinguish between bots and bot farms. Yeah, people could put together a good account and collection of cards and bot that in wild, but you wouldn't get like a massive 10,000 accounts that would just like, spin up online. So.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, unless the rebellion packs are suddenly worth $40 each, and then now it makes sense to try and win trade and get at the leaderboard and get the
Sure.
wild pass. But all that is a good problem to have in the grand scheme of things if we get to
Yeah.
that point again. But we're nowhere near that. So I agree. I mean, it just makes sense to.
But even still, 2,000 packs a month. I think that the current community could easily absorb that if it all
Yeah.
got dumped on the marketplace.
So I would like to point out what Ghostly BG just said.
Um,
If we're not going to do something with them, like we should have just burned them from the start. Like sticking them in the Dow just to burn them later is stupid.
I mean, I agree. We should do something with them, or we should just burn them.
I
But
mean,
I think
the other way to not devalue is to, since Rebellion's closed, is like have a Dow sale of these on an auction. Some sort of Dutch auction or floating price or whatever you want to do would be another way for Dow to raise funds and to keep interest in people that feel like they missed out on Rebellion to come buy them at a higher price point.
Yeah.
So it's like
A
the
lot
only
of
other
people
thing I
would be
can think
against
of.
that too, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's an out of print set. It should be valuable, and figuring out the right thing to do with it so the Dow benefits and the game doesn't suffer
Yeah.
should be the conversation we have.
All right, hold on. Let me. We're getting close to bedtime for me, so let me see where are we at, because I want to make sure we get folks their delegations.
Oh yeah, how are
This
we
should
doing?
be done. There we go. I got 15th place. It is final. Wow, this went to 5 games. Well done. And the winner was Usujin. Usujin, did you win last time too? Well played, if so. All right, so let's go to results. If you are a top 10, if you place in the top 10, you do get a delegation. So Usujin, Rogue Patton, Lince Marome, Keegs, Xandroid, Harvey Second, B Jangles, Splinterlands RU, MA1T, and Scent of Heaven.
Usujin, I don't think was here last time, and I just delegated a cryptic to them. So I'm going to redelegate it because there's a 1-day cooldown if they are not here.
Okay. Guys, if you are here and I just named one of your top 10, go ahead and throw whatever card it is you want in the chat, and we'll try to sort through it in the proper order.
With your IGN, please.
Yeah, with your IGN.
Oh, no, we'll figure it out, I guess. No one's dead.
Sales, Brave Tofu. So because then we'll start unwanted trend of changing stats. Yep, okay. Dow supplies the rental market and opens them all.
Ooh, that is a really interesting idea. Well, we kind of tried that, didn't we? With building up decks that wasn't from the Dow, but we created decks that people could rent. That didn't go well.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. And that's how you got Banjo Crosswell, the cryptic. Yes.
B Jangles did win last time. Congrats, B Jangles. So, Rogue says, I'll take the Heloise. Unless they do, then I'll do Fizbo.
Yeah, is Agent here? If not, then Heloise is going to someone that's here.
All right. Usujin, you have like 1 minute. I know Rogue, and I want to give Rogue the Heloise. So, Usujin, speak up, or you're stuck with a Fizbo. Not that I don't know you, Usujin. It's just I got to meet Rogue. He's a cool dude.
Ooh, and Rogue, I'm sorry, but Heloise has a cooldown on it. I don't have any idea why my scholar was using the regular foil.
Oh, look at Emma. Emma's like, I don't want snipers. There's way more than 10 cards on there, though.
Yeah, I think there's about 30.
What's your price prediction for Heloise 2 years from now?
Yeah, I think that's a good question from AP Risen, because if you would have asked what your price prediction was for Kitty 2 years ago, it probably wouldn't be where it's at today, right? And I think that's has a lot to do with the modern versus wild league splits, because 2 years from now, Heloise will be out of modern, right?
To me, it has a huge deal to do with that wild is the bot format, and people aren't buying cards to boost their wild bot as far as I can tell.
I've made videos. I've said this multiple times. People are not going to like it, but I think card values go down over time. Even something like Heloise. If you're buying right now, you're
Unless
buying
it's
at a
made
premium.
evergreen. Yeah, unless it's made evergreen, I can't imagine why that would
No, but even if it's evergreen, there will always be something better, shinier, newer that comes along with power creep, right? So, I mean, I don't know what the price will be. I just don't think it's going to be as high as it is today. Hopefully, it doesn't lose too much value, but I don't think you're going to ever see it at like 2 million DEC or something like that. But I think for the most part, if people just don't lose value in their cards.
Yeah. Rogue, the cooldown is almost 2 days, so I can delegate you something else too if you want.
All right. Supreme Victory Studios did not participate, but threw their IGN in. Or did you participate? I didn't see you in the top 10. Wait. Oh, man. Another game? All right. I guess it has been an hour. Dude, I cannot sit this long.
I haven't looked at. I should pull up the winners list on my side too. I want to do that. Was Ankh in the top 10?
I don't think Ankh even played. Ankh's at work.
Oh,
Ankh, you
right.
already won something. Quiet. You already won something for real too. All right. Once again, guys, if you are in the chat and you won your top 10, Usujin, Rogue Pet. Oh my God, this is so annoying. I hate this bot. Jeez. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna list out the top 10 and I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes before I pass out here. All right, so
we
Usujin.
have
Sorry, go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, you got it.
Usujin, Rogue Patton, Lince Marome, Keegs, Xandroid, Harvey Second, B Jangle, Splinterlands RU, MA1T, and Scent of Heaven.
You may want to.
Sure,
Was asking
Christmas list.
something earlier. It's here.
What's that?
Yeah. What we got? MA1T. What do you want?
Yeah, just give. I mean, MA's here. MA's been in the chat, so at this point he gets to cut the line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did Rogue get what he wants? Because he was number 2. So
He did, but I'm also sitting with Fizbo because that
Oh,
one's got a 2-day
look at
cooldown
that.
on it. So
So I see the problem with dividing league, market, all cards appreciated value. Yeah. She is renting for a lot though, says A Stack. Was that
And AP
Heloise?
Risen has mentioned here. So one of the things that we did a video about a while ago is talking about doing seasonal rotations of wild cards for modern use, because it would basically, at the time, it would have like messed up programs like Xbot and other things from Battle Helpers and other things that were to challenge, because now you have, all of a sudden Rule of the Seas is valid for the season as a modern card in modern, for an example. Gives cards value that it's not predictable, it's not algorithmically programmed. So that's definitely something that could be done in the future, similar to rule sets. But I don't know if they'll ever do something like that.
My hope is that as the game grows, ideally, I know a lot of people are gonna cringe at that, but as the game grows, there could be other formats that pop in, right? So you get your wild, your modern, your survival, and then like the next one would be an awesome where it's just like anything goes, it changes every season type of thing, with an appropriate, reward pool for it. But that would only make sense if we like 10, 20x the player base from here.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to reward pools, and what they're doing with survival mode is interesting as a short-term test. But if it sticks, it's just like the government. Money's got to come from somewhere. So, either you got to take from one place to give to another, or you got to inflate something artificially. So, SPS printer go burr.
SPS printer go burr. Okay, also, I did not realize that's how you pronounce AP Risen. I was calling him a Prison. All right, look, I don't see anybody else that played that bothered to be here. So, how many cards do you have that we can give away, or that you're willing to give away, Lucas?
I mean, there's still like another 20 on this list.
I mean, I don't want to make you type for like 20 of them.
Not all of them are as good because I can't imagine anybody's like dying to have one of these two Nidhoggers. But
We talked so much shit about Nidhogger today.
sorry, Bejangles.
Jangles.
But there's a couple of rages here. There's also two Risk World Drafts, which I'm guessing nobody wants.
All right. Well,
a couple of Kai's. I think Kai's a pretty good card, although I'm not exactly sure how to use it to win. So good luck to you.
all right.
I
Well,
think it should be good.
If you're willing to give out some just to the chat, because I don't think the tournament winners felt the need to show up.
Yeah,
We can do
let's
some
do
to the
it.
chat. I don't know. All right. First 5. Throw your IGN in. That's it. Whoa. Actually, hold on. Let's see how closely you're listening. You have to put your IGN followed by 1152 dash 1152. And the card. No. You just pick whatever card you want to give to them. I don't care.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So IGN dash 1152. Let's see who can follow the rules. Because I know I'm just going to get spammed with a bunch of comments here. Shark monsters. Oh, there you go. Bananas. You got bananas, Young Eagles. Oh, Young Eagles didn't follow the dash, but it's okay. I know Matthew. Hook him up.
Doing it.
Oh, look at A Stack. Beggars can't be choosers. I could use a summoner. It's all good. A Stack. This is the first time I think we're talking. So, all right. I don't know what. I don't know what you're gonna get. I don't know who's gonna get stuff, but I'll let Lorcas throw it out there. I was just trying to give you guys a chance to pop in. Look at Supreme Victory Studios adding the 69. Oh, see, like I want to be upset about that, but it's also funny. So you guys are great. Banana says I got 23rd place. Give me Michael Jordan card, please. What is the Michael Jordan card? I guess it's Tofu right now.
I think it's either that or Heloise. I mean, Heloise is not going to win you as many matches as Tofu, so
Yeah,
Tofu's probably the card.
Tofu's the card. That's a good one.
All right,
Oh,
I'm just throwing out random cards. Some of these have cooldowns. Sorry, guys, but I don't think they're too long.
All right. Well, some of you guys might get something. Check your delegations. And if you want to know, because I don't know if you get a notification on that. I think you do, but you can always go here and see what's been delegated to you. So you go to items, delegated to me, and that should show you exactly what you have. Oh, look, it's my Rooney. I got to take him off land.
I sent you a raid shark monsters or bananas. Let me know if you want something else. People can ping me too. You can find me in Discord. If you want something different, let me know.
A-Stack loves the channel. A-Stack, thanks for being here. Appreciate the support. Hope you're having fun. I already have Tofu, so don't give me one of those, please. Oh man, look at all these picky delegate. What's the word? Delegatees? Is that the right thing? I don't even know.
Sure.
I'm tired, man.
Delegatoids.
Delicatatoids. All right, look at all these delicatatoids. Somehow that's gonna get clipped, and people are gonna be like, "That sounds like a slur."
Yeah.
Channel's about to get canceled. Oh man, you guys are fun. This is cool. We'll have to do it again. I think the plan is to do it in roughly 168 hours from now, 7 days.
Yeah.
So when the next town hall is 6 p.m. next Thursday, we'll probably have the tournament start similar timing, and we'll just start streaming, have the tournament, the town hall on in the background, and then just hang out and chat after it's done. What do you guys say?
Sounds great.
Cool. Well, thanks everybody for being here. Guys, make sure you thank Lorcas for A, putting the tournament together, and for B, being very generous with all his cards. He could be renting this out for a shit ton of DEC right now, but he's not. He's giving it to
I'd
you.
rather you guys
So
come
hope
play.
you guys are enjoying it. And yeah, we'll be back next week. See how it goes. Any final words, Lorcas, Tails?
Oh, happy
I'm out
New
of
Year.
words.
Happy New Year. 2025 is off to a great start so far. Bitcoin's down to 91,000, but we'll figure it out.
Smash
All right,
that buy
guys.
button.
Have a good one. Yeah, go smash by some Bitcoin. There you go. It's a perfect way to end the stream.